I'm officially live, and I'm gonna ensure you're all able to hear me. I'm just gonna play The Walking Dead Season 1, cause my homie was not... He's currently home, but once he calls me, that means... Well, I don't wanna get the copyright, hold up. That's why I'm gonna end it, cause I don't wanna, like... Cause I want to do the share play. I want him to... Cause he said he's interested in the game, so, like... Cause I want to do the share play. But anyway, yo, what's good, chat? How y'all feeling today? I'm feeling blessed. Back with more of me playing The Walking Dead Season 1. Just overall, because, you know, I won't necessarily be within the same episode. I'm going to continue on. I'm possibly going to continue until I'm within Episode 4 or Episode 5, whatever episode. Possibly Episode 3, possibly not, who knows. I'm actually quite near Episode 3, so it's interesting. Anyway, chat, I'm going to chat about the shit I typically chat about. You already know. You already fucking know. See me, chat. Anyway, as I specifically mentioned about all the political shit, all the business shit, like pretty much all the businesses me and Farhan are going to consider being a part of as CEOs and chairmen, and the only company as presidents, business presidents, is Naughty Dog. As I specifically mentioned about Elon Musk, Tim Sweeney, Tim Cook, Bill Gates, and Mark Zuckerberg, especially Donald Trump, Barack Obama, Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, and Kamala Harris. As I specifically mentioned about all my family members, you already know, ladies and gentlemen. As I specifically mentioned about me being a WWE wrestler and just over about WWE, about me being an astronaut, and just overall about me being an astronaut, like the astronaut missions. I actually did research on when the human mission to Uranus, Neptune, especially its moon, Triton, and Pluto would occur. It would be in the 2070s, and I agree on that because it is much further than Jupiter, Neptune, Jupiter and Saturn combined. Like, I would consider the mission to Jupiter on exactly the year 2035, or 45, and consider the mission to Saturn on exactly the year 2058. It takes 2 years to reach Saturn, and until 2062, that's when I'm back on Earth, enjoying my life with my kids. They're possibly gonna be older. Obviously, I'll possibly stop having kids. I'll possibly have more. I'll possibly have my 8th one whenever, you know, we'll see. Let us, you know, if my wife and I, my future wife, considers medical advancement, then yeah, if we're biologically immortal and biologically indestructible, then yeah, we'll consider. We're looking like the age we're at. Like, I would look like I'm 16 and she'll look like whatever the age she's at. She possibly looks 16. Who knows? I'll possibly go for a young one. But she is 21 though, if I get one. Anyway, as I specifically mentioned about my homie Farhan Azara, his twin brother John Azara, so like the Azara twins. Last live stream I was gonna call it Farhan, obviously, so you already know. He's just been busy and shit. Yeah, as I specifically mentioned, yeah, about, Farhan Azara. Excuse me, chat. And yeah, his twin brother John Azara, so like the Azara twins, so like they're my homies. As I specifically mentioned about I Shall Speed and Mr. Beast. As I specifically mentioned about the Karshana family and Hussein. As I specifically mentioned about my homie AZ and my homie Andrew. As I specifically mentioned about my ex-wife Amber, and how I'm gonna have a wife, newer wife, whatever her name is gonna be, with blonde hair, blue eyes, and white skin. Whether she has freckles or not, I don't care. All I care about is who she is, what in terms of her mentality, so her personality, pretty much. As I specifically mentioned about me having biological kids, but from my newer wife, but adopted kids are the same. I would possibly go for someone different, possibly from Florida, or Michigan. We'll see, you know, later, you know, because there's one on the adoption.com website, but that little girl is like 11, and by the time I adopt her, so she'll be 12, 13, 14, 15. She'll be 15, so I'm possibly gonna go for someone a bit younger as like my adopted kid, you know, later, you know. Because by the time she's 15, then 3 years later, she'll be an adult. So you got to go for someone younger to just take care of them, to see what it's like before you have biological kids of your own. If you want to chat or need to, I'm going to consider doing that. Me and my wife, I'm going to have to chat with her because I have to find a girl first. And then once I find her, I'll be sure to chat with her about, you know, letting us, you know, as I specifically mentioned about my dad and I, homie Agron, my dad and I, lady friend Helen, so I met her through my dad. As I specifically mentioned about my friend Helen and my homie a.k.a. Craig, as I specifically mentioned about Tyler Whiteside and my homie Dakota Bino, that's his last name. As I specifically mentioned about my therapist, as I specifically mentioned about my dad's cousin Alan, not AZ, but like my dad's cousin Alan, and like how he's my homie. Excuse me, not my homie, my uncle. Oh, hold up, Andrew just texted. You down for me to share play? Shit, Andrew just texted me, so if you mention later or whatever, then I'll continue, but all the shit I just mentioned I have to repeat all of the next live stream. I don't care, I don't mind. As I specifically mentioned about all the biblical shit, all the aging laws, the word minor, like how there's multiple meanings, as I specifically mentioned about the mucus buildup, and how the causation of my minor sickness, which is like the nasal congestion, very rare, is through my mucus buildup, the causation of my acid reflux and vomiting, which vomiting sequence, that's not gonna necessarily occur, but the causation of those are specifically associated with my Crohn's disease. So yeah, as I specifically mentioned about all that shit, like what's in my recent live stream chat, like what's in my last live stream, as I specifically mentioned about all that shit, latest, and gonna continue chatting about, latest, but yeah, as I specifically mentioned about all that shit, latest, like what's in this current live stream chat, like within this current live stream chat, and what I could possibly mention about all that shit, again as well, what's my future live streams, obviously chat, latest, anyway. I'm just gonna call Andrew, and if he answers, then I'll have to end it. Andrew's gonna be shocked once he sees his Bitmoji. Bro, I put a beard on my Bitmoji. Cause, hey, I have a beard, and I'm gonna keep it for quite a while. Yeah, I'm gonna sure play The Walking Dead. I mean, I can't stream it. I feel like when you... Yo, what's good? You notice any difference in my Bitmoji?
You have the beard.
Yeah. Hey, I know you just started playing your game whenever, but do you want me to share play my game, or?
Sure.
Alright.
Hold on.
Yo, what's good, Zion? How you feeling, brother? Hey, bro, I have to end this stream because my homie called, and I do promise him that I'll share play. So...
Bro!
If y'all want to know what choices I made... What's in episode 2... I made the same choice. Left him to die, which is David. Headley... Didn't kill the brothers, which I will. Stole the food. But I'm not gonna stream it. I feel like I can't stream it when shit playing, so. Anyway, I'm gonna end right here. Take a decent chat. Well.